Hello and welcome back to our live coverage of Tom's Tourney 2017, the 25th edition. Getting some lovely shots of the beautiful city of Bruges here in the heart of Belgium. My name is Benjamin Rees. It's a pleasure to be here as ever. We have now come down to finals time here at Tom's Tourney. This first game we've got here featuring Gentle Gold and Barbastreji from Italy. The final of the Open Division 2 here at Tom's Tourney. See the Italian side there trying to pump themselves up before this game. This is what you come for. This is what you play for. These exciting finals. Meanwhile, Gentle definitely winning the prizes for the most, we'll call it eccentric fashion decisions here. Really embarrassing they went to the same barber though. Probably should have planned that in advance. Gentle have brought out the electrical tape to put numbers on their back. Nice creative way of doing it. So Barbastreji are going to pull from the left-hand side, wearing those white and grey kits. Gentle will start on offense here, going right to left to begin with. Wearing what can only be decided as a regal, majestic black get-up. Working them just downfield, and they're going to shoot deep. They're not hanging around here. Well defended, or is it? Oh, just about. Receiver nearly got it on the second effort. But he can't quite bring it in. Dagan gets the play going. Oh, very close bid there for number 13. Nearly getting in. Looking down the line. Brief stoppage in play here. Nicolo Rivato on the disc. Going to check it in. Isolating is done. Coming upfield. Defender saw what was going on and couldn't quite get there quick enough, and that's just going to be overthrown. No, it isn't. Bringing it in. Clap catching with two hands, laying out for the grab. They're going to break to start the Italians. That was phenomenal hustle to get down there. Huge play. Brilliantly executed. A break to start for the Italians. They lead 1-0. Seeing there that bid, the defender just getting it there first and not quite able to gather it in at the second attempt. And they're shooting down the sideline. At this point I thought it was too far, but lays out, friends of mine to clap catch it as well, hopefully prevent the ground strip. And she did so. Barbastreji lead 1-0. For those of you who've been following the stream so far today, all the games up until this point have been 50 minutes. But for the final, these games are extended, give the crowd a bit more show. So the games are an hour long before the hooter goes, as opposed to the normal 50. Gold working it down the field. Pick called in the stack. See the number literally falling off his back. Players resetting into position. Just checked in on this near sideline. Looks for the reset off. Finds DeFry. Looking for Bommy downfield in those very glamorous short shorts. Shooting into the end for the goal. There's a defender there, and I think he just hears the footsteps. Keeps the disc away in frustration and immediately apologises. Came very close to making that play. Fred Callens, not quite there. Keeps this going, take it from where it would have been. This gives it now with Pianta. Like it's like going down well to save it, the receiver. Just in the middle now. Nice grab by Pianta as well. Saving possession on that sideline. Getting the disc upfield. Pressure mounting here, having to reset the disc. Breaking around well, clutching with two hands. Is the receiver. Fakes that backhand around. Nice grab again by Pianta, doing a lot of work so far at this point. Gamba looking into the end zone. Maybe a bit fortuitous, but it's another break for the Italians. They lead 2-0 now. Sideline beginning to develop here. We see that unfortunate drop there, just never got his hand set, and a little kick in frustration. And then as soon as he does it, he's like, oh, my bad, my mistake. Immediately apologises, which is nice to see. Here's that scoring pass, looking into the end zone, just sneaking it through a gap, nearly, not quite defended. And then there's two receivers that get a chance at it. Martini nearly reels it in, but he doesn't in the end. I think it might be Colliata who's the fortuitous recipient at the end. A lot of contact there in the middle of the field. Getting a second look at that here. This is going to be sent back. Contested foul is the result. I think it's Dale who's the receiver there with the number beginning to come off the back of his jersey. Mullion with the disc. That's Van Latham upfield. Really nice low release break. That's a pretty throw. The sideline shooting in for the end zone. It's going to be slightly underthrown, and the defender comes flying through for the block. Number 15, Carlo Ometo. The Barbastreji. Swing slightly overthrown with the disc falling away from him. Abate able to make the catch. And they're going to shoot deep, but it's too far out of the receiver. Saw what he wanted, but not quite able to execute it perfectly. Some of the goalposts have chosen to plait their long hair. Down the line, foul on the mark. Defender eager to get that foot block, but in the end only catching the thrower. Carlo Ometo, the man on defence there. Looking back into the middle of the field. We'll just dump it off to Morleon. Going to shoot that backhand down the sideline. Finding Chesko. Making the wise option to reset the disc. Thinking about a hammer. Man goes up line. Still Cam Rising going to flip that in towards the centre of the pitch. Desmet with the disc. Oh, that throw's going to get knocked up. And again, really good job following up the play the Italian side. Making sure that they could get it at the second attempt. Really nice low release there. That disc is going to go deep. It's going to be well covered, but it's beyond the defender, and the receiver's going to lay out to make the play. The Italians are absolutely rolling, but there's going to be a call, and the disc is going to come back at the moment. Oh, nearly decapitating some of the receivers in the middle of the field. Not sure what the call is there. We'll have a look. Possibly a travel. Taking quite a few steps there. And again, stepping up on the throw. I don't think necessarily that's an unjustified call. He's tapped in on this sideline. Looking to reset back in towards the middle of the pitch so they get more opportunity to attack both sides. The inside-out forehand is behind the receiver. He does stick his arm out to try and bring it in, but it doesn't stick in there. Michel now with the disc. Working it upfield. Morleon with the disc. Just taking a bit of a while to develop. Nice throw out in front. Desmond's looking to the end, that's going to float and sail and go out of bounds. Slapped away with authority in the end. Goals just haven't really got their offense clicking yet this game. Little lefty fake to start with. Slithering through the inside-out lane there on that shot. And choosing the Italian side to use their timeout here early on. Alberto Gamba, number 5, catching the disc. Now the disc slightly off the sideline, using the opportunity to call the timeout. Positive start so far for Barbastreji, taking a couple of goal leads here. Obviously not the start that Gold had in mind, but they need to pick themselves up a little bit here, just get their energy going again. They know they're a team that likes to have fun and can roll on their emotions a bit. And they are very loud coming out of that timeout there. It looks like they want to get back on and start playing again. No mood to hang around. Barbastreji now coming out of their timeout as well. Wind beginning to pick up here now as well. So it's a good decision to get the disc off that sideline before they call the timeout. Give yourself more possibilities for what you can open up with of this offensive play after you get the disc into the middle of the field. Pass goes upfield to Rivato. Swinging it back to Gamba, and they're working towards the break side. Defender falls down, they take advantage, punishing it by driving upfield. Continue to work. Gamba now on that far sideline. Swinging it back in the middle for Dagan. Shot goes into the end zone for the goal for Barbastreji. Pavan with the assist. Ometo being the grateful receiver of that one. Italians opening up a 3-goal margin now. The team hanging around here, both keen to get playing again. The games are an hour in the finals rather than just the 50 minutes, but even so, no mood to wait around. So the fresh legs out here for Gold. Looks off the receiver in the underneath space. Someone does come open, it's going to be shot down the sideline. Loads of defenders in coverage. Pavan coming over from the backside to make the play. Excellent recognition from the Italian defender there. Just a bit over-eager to shoot that one. Doesn't come off in the end. Pavan comes flying through, but does a very good job of reading that disc without initiating contact. A lot of times it's really difficult, especially when you come from that dead side, to get the disc without causing too much bump. But that time it works, and it looks like there's going to be a travel called on that throw. This is going to go back. He did throw on the move. Question not whether he kept his foot down. Discovery is going to go back, and they will choose to reset it here. Just go on this sideline. And has to go to the ground to make the catch. Fumbles it in the process of doing so, but there's a foul called. Maybe took a bit of contact that caused him to go to ground in the first place. Or maybe it's a foul on the throw. Little discussion here about what happened. Looks like it's going to be contested and sent back to the original thrower here. Jafrai checking the disc in. Wind beginning to pick up here. Breaks it around to Pavan. And his throw is overthrown. So he makes a decent attempt at getting it, but isn't able to bring it in. Swung off the sideline by Van Dam. Another bit of a bump. So players clash into each other, and a huge hand block on the mark. Completely stuffing that at the point of attack. Going nowhere, slamming the door in his face. Smothering play. And a few great hand blocks on the stream this weekend. That's another one there. He's going to be checked in on that sideline. With the score count rising, he's going to play it into the middle. Pavan finds the disc, locates it, brings it down for the score. The Italians are rolling here, opening up a 4-0 lead now. Can have another look at that huge hand block, just completely denying him there. And there's a score that may be slightly questionable decision. Goes over the top, well caught by Pavan. Not as easy as it looked, perhaps, that catch. Tourney minutes into this game here today. Remember that the finals are an hour here at Tom's Tourney rather than the usual 50 minutes, with a half time as well, which we haven't had in the other games yet this weekend. So a bit more like your traditional ultimate. Big pull, backhand blading in towards the middle of the pitch. He's let it go to ground. Stopped quickly though, and Gold will start to work their offense here. Nice tight stifling defense from the Italians. See if we get working downfield. Choosing to blast that one deep. He's throwing a pie, and Pie makes the grab for the score. Ward Guthaus with one of the more interesting shirt numbers you will see. And Gold on the board. Only trail 4-1 now. You can see them, see and hear them all start to sing. Try and get their spirits up. Arresting this slide. Finally getting a hold on the board, the Germans. Germans? Belgians even, excuse me. The team, the founders, the original founders of Gentle Open here. For their first pull of the game. It's a really good pull as well, going towards the back of the end zone. Chance to apply some instant pressure here. Working out of it effectively. Just got this sideline. Big bid, not going to come up. Pavan going to ground to secure the catch. Just gets swung towards that far sideline. Malisi now with the disc. And just got it, choosing to hammer over the top. It's going to throw away from the receiver. Just go to ground to try and secure it, but he can't make the catch in time. Simon Rampam. Gold with a chance to break, really get some momentum going. There's a pick in the stack downfield. And it did affect that throw. His defender was picked, so this will go back to that far sideline. Little scuba over the top, I like that look a lot. Working it now on the inside out lane. Mashal with the disc, looking towards this sideline. Van Latham with it now. Swing, that's going to pop up. Italians are going to get a block on it on the second attempt. Everyone going to ground to try and catch it. Malisi does enough to disrupt Belgian rhythm. Finds the receiver upfield, Galeazzo. And just now the hands of Rivato, going down the sideline now, hammering it over the top. Defender's not going to get a chance to get it. Pavan securing the catch at the front of the end zone. Gold had a chance to break, but they couldn't capitalise. And at the second time of asking, the Italians do hold their first offensive point of the game. All the others, of course, starting out on defense, extending the scoreline to 5-1. Really exciting point there, huge bid. Van losing his balance afterwards, but he did make the catch, which is all that really matters for him. There's that dump which floated up. Nice hands, but nice adjustment as well, knowing that he's going to have to get it at the second attempt. Good work there by Diego Malisi, ensuring that there was not going to be a chance that a Gold player was going to get that. After an excellent pull last time over, this is disappointing. Goes out the sideline, and they will take it out the brick mark. More Gentle hold. It's De Vrij who's bringing it in. High release backhand. Looks to get it immediately back. Another backhand towards that break side, this time with a low inside out. Lovely little throw there. He's in the middle of the pitch. Down to the sideline. Good catch by Bomberay. Purposeful fake, swung back into the centre. No 21, Morlion with it at the moment. Continually faking around, trying to manipulate that mark. Gonna have to go to ground to make the catch, and he does. Continuation into the end zone. Theatrically towing the line for the score. Gold back on the board again, closing the gap to 5-2. See the gold players in those magnificent, resplendent shirts, trying to get themselves pumped up. Nice little catch, sliding on his knees, going to ground, picking it up with his right hand. Boy, nice, exaggerated toe of the line there, making sure it's obvious that he's definitely in bounds. The defender just loses him, thinking that maybe the catch has gone down. Takes advantage, goes to that open side for the score. Good pull here from goal, but it might just fall out of bounds in the end. It does. Had a fantastic depth on it, and it looked like it was going to sit in bounds, but couldn't. But never came back in. Just held its line and went out of bounds in the end. Malisi with that magnificent mustache is going to bring it in from the brick mark. Kimpy on the mark here. Bigger round fake, and defender bites and is down. Maybe it looks like he landed on his elbow. Clutching it in pain. Looking good. I don't know if he's precisely what he's done there. But he's going to have to take the injury sub. Let's hope he's okay. Yeah, lands with his hand on the ground and just jars his elbow, maybe a little bit out of position. It looks nasty. Let's hope it's okay. It's nothing too serious. Gentle Old making their substitution. Malisi will continue with the disc here at the brick mark. If they check it in. Swung out towards that sideline. Low release flick. Good continuation as well. Pavan with it now. Fakes inside. Chooses to swing outside in the end. Nice up the line cut by Malisi. Pivots around for that reset. And good continuation there. Italian's getting close to the end zone now. Little slip on the cut, but he's got enough time to recover. Malisi right on the cusp of the goal. Swing it around again. That will do it. Precise dump swing, back and forth, back and forth. Just death by 1,000 cuts almost. The Gentle defense, they can't keep up with them at that point. The Italians extend their lead to 6-2. See another shot of it here, just relentless dump swing by the Italians. Really disciplined. Lovely to see. Also delighted to say that joining us once again for commentary on finals day here at Tom's Tourney, the incomparable Ravi Vasudevan.
How's it going, Benji? How the game's been today?
We've had a good few sudden death games today. We've had some absolute corkers, some killer comebacks as well. It's been fantastic to watch here on the stream.
So it looks like we got 6-2 for Barbastreji against Gentle Old.
That's the one. Gentle Old kind of beginning to get going now. had been struggling a bit early doors. The Italians playing pretty good defense so far.
Barbastreji usually quite a good club level team from Italy, usually making into the regionals level of European competition. Gentle old, made up of a lot of classic old players from the club Gentle from Kent, Belgium. They really know what they're doing. You saw the upside down put from Bummy there.
Yeah, very creative throw. But hospital pass, oh my God, it just lands in the receiver's lap. My word. Some call it luck, others call it vision.
I mean, he backed up the play really nicely, but there was a giant defender there from Barbastreji there.
Yeah, you make your own luck in this game. I'd love to see that one again.
So, I would love to see one pass before that pass, because you'll see that Johan Bomere gives that give and go with an upside down backhand.
Little upside down dish.
And that was the dish for the right before the hook. So that'll be 6-3, and there's a halftime. There you see the upside down put from Bommy, and now the big huck. Not the best advised throw. You'll see a lot of crowd getting under it. It's a great backup. He really positioned himself well for that.
Yeah, playing for the tip, actually, knowing that he was out of position to go and get it first time round, but put himself in position to go and adjust off the second attempt.
I believe that was Fred Collins, if I can read his number correctly, number 92. Great vision to score that one.
Absolutely.
So 6-3 here. We'll see if Gentle will be able to bring some heat into the second half. Barbastreji just hoping to hold their composure. What have you seen in the game so far? What have I missed?
Good defense from the Italian side, running out to a very early lead. I think they were 4-0 up before Gold were able to actually get a point on the board, racing away with it. Although we have seen Italian teams race out to big leads on this stream on the stream before, and then not being able to put them away. Look, as we see, Pies brought a young man into that huddle there.
I'm sure a lot of them have a little young men with them here at this tournament.
Yeah, would not surprise me. It's lovely to see players continue playing, even after life has other ideas.
I think a lot of these players are retired from real competitive play, but Tom's Tourney, Bruges just not so far away from Kent, so they decided to come together.
Especially for Tom's Tourney 25 as well. Real special occasion.
You can see the legend there with the disc. Yellow, the giant, Von Coley. He's a legend in Belgian Ultimate. Just retired from competitive play after playing with the Open Belgian team this last summer, getting them to a 7th place finish in the Open Division, which was probably the highest that a Belgian team has ever done in world competition. That team was really impressive, and Yella decided, yeah, that's it for me. But still comes out to play a tournament like Tom's with the Gentle old team. Absolutely.
And getting to a finals berth in Open Division 2 here. Huge pull. Arcing backhand. Fielded by Malisi. First time we're seeing a different look here from either team this game.
It's a good look here to throw a zone, and this breeze is picking up a little bit.
Absolutely, they've struggled a bit to cover with perhaps more explosive athletes of this Barbastreji team.
So far it seems to be working. They're forcing a lot of swings across. Now Barbastreji with a chance to break through, but they have to dump it back. Swinging it across again.
Yeah, I think one of the keys with these zones is you can't get bogged down. You want to try and move the disc quickly so you don't let the defense reset and clamp down, but you've got to pair that off with the risk of rushing passes.
But here there's been like 15 passes, and Barbastreji haven't been able to move it even 5 meters up the field. There they bust through a little bit, but there's no continuation, so they're going to have to swing it around again.
It's important. You can't lose focus and get frustrated. If you're a team that's okay to lose yards, you can't suddenly get bored. You've got to maintain that philosophy.
And actually similar thing on the defensive side of things. You can't get frustrated and try and bid for a disc that's not your job in the zone. And that's what Gentle's doing really well here. They're all doing exactly what they need to do to keep Barbastreji swinging it around.
Yeah, knowing their role.
And there's a travel call here on that throw.
This is going to be checked back in. Trying to find a little opening through there, but they don't have one. Instead go backwards, getting very congested near that disc. Does manage to weave it through there. Ending back now, Pavan with the disc. Going to swing it for Malisi on this side. Disc pops up, but with no one near him, he's got time to reset his hands before he makes that catch.
That's what Gentle wants. They want that little throws that are going to pop up. Maybe they'll get a turn on one of these days.
Especially towards this near sideline. If it pops up at the wrong point, it'll float out of bounds.
That one there was even closer to being caught out of bounds.
But
one thing that is playing to Barbastreji's favor, it's already 35 minutes into the game. And if they're able to keep their composure and just keep swinging it, they will be able to chew up a lot of the clock, and that'll make it hard for Gentle to come back, get a couple breaks in this game.
Absolutely. The Padavans beginning to make a breakthrough now, though, beginning to get off to the races. Good adjustment by Bombi, not letting that deep throw go. Big layout,
Nice
well saved.
Save by Pianta.
This goes back in towards the center now.
Gentle has gone into man.
Yeah, switching to that single coverage from the zone. Most teams do this when you get towards the end zone, especially a zone like that. A little bit of a discussion here.
Seems to be some discussion. I'm not sure what about exactly.
Maybe a little bumpy, maybe a little too bumpy defense downfield. Maybe there's a pick. You're going to see that big layout bid there of number 17, Pianta.
Way to save that possession.
Absolutely fantastically done. Armetto now with a disc for Barbastreji.
Von Coley waiting to tap it in, but there seems to be a violation.
Yeah.
Someone jumped the gun a little bit.
Easy to do, especially when stoppages get a bit extended. Going to reset it out of the end zone. Pavan has it on that far sideline. Looks down the line, but decides against it. A lot of pressure on that cut. But keeps his composure. Finds that man, Pianta, down the line for the score.
That'll make it 7-3 for Barbastreji. Quite a big hole Gentle's found themselves in. But we will see if they can keep their composure and score a nice quick hold. There was really good work for their zone. I mean, they forced a lot of passes and just managed to break through after like 20 or 30 passes. That's exactly what that zone is trying to do. Sadly, it didn't pan out for them in a turn, but that kind of defense that's the kind of win that kind of defense is going to generate. We'll see what they can do on offense, and what Barbastreji is going to come out and try and keep the pressure on, keep their lead strong.
Absolutely. Good composure as well from the Italian players, making a lot of... It's the number 5 shirt of Alberto Gamba, who got quite a bit of contact on that bid when he went down to save it. Got quite a lot of contact on that bid when he went down to save it. But kept his composure and took a breath and executed his throw well for the goal.
It's a big pull here. Gentle to start on offense.
Outfield to Fry with it now. Looking immediately deep. Finds a receiver that he likes. Just too far for both receivers.
I think that second receiver actually could have had it, but he kind of backed off a bit because the other receiver looked like he was going to be in the way.
Yeah, Van Latham and Callens both in the area, but neither of them able to bring it down. If you're gold here, you've got to think that at least you've got to make the Italians work at the full 70 to get the turn here. Not choosing to set up in a person look off this
For
turn,
sure,
though.
and with the clock ticking, you want to score with these big shots, so it is a good option, but they're going to have to try and get the turn.
Absolutely. Walt Goethals on the mark.
Big swing there.
Just going back into the center, flips the lefty backhand out. Brings it back around, huge bid, saved.
Good
by
on goal,
Degan.
putting a lot of pressure here, but Barbastreji, and the hand block. Defray.
Yeah, getting the job done there.
It's a good opportunity for gold here. They have to punch this in.
Just smothering it out of his hands, read that really well.
Disc is swung across. And just bounces off the hands of Pai Varts Gotals.
Nice break off the sideline, that low release inside out. Just gets swung to Degan. Oh, very nearly a drop. I think a strip called on that one. Goethals maybe saying that he got his hand in there first, or maybe asking whether he thought whether the Italian had full control of it.
Italian says, yes, I had control, and Goethals says, fine, uncontested strip.
Yep, so Gamba now with the disc checked in. Shooting deep, lasing that over the defence. It's going to be just shy of the end zone. Choosing to reset, getting a bit clogged now there. Dagan with the disc.
Lots of cuts to the break side, too many. Oh, and the Scuba for the score, extending their lead to 8-3.
Scuba to Zandona. Love the Scuba look. Near the end zone when you're getting forced backhands, when you don't have to throw it as far. If you get a little space on the break side, I think throwing a Scuba over there is generally a good move because the mark's not expecting it so much.
So now we just saw that great save by number 12.
Yeah, Alberto Dagan.
There's the hand block. Quite an exciting point here.
We've been full of that all day, actually.
There's the strip.
Yeah, Gothel's not
I
contesting
think here we're going to see the Scuba.
Love it. Not the smoothest Scuba we've seen all weekend. A little bit of wobble on it.
Yeah, but his attacker was just completely wide open. That's all you got to do. Put it in the space, make it catchable.
Absolutely.
So that brings the score up to 8-3 for Barbastreji.
One of the advantages of having these hour-long games is that it gives teams more time for a possible comeback. Still about 20 minutes left here in this game.
Self-refereed sport.
Bit of a miscommunication about what's happening in terms of the timeout. The rules changing for the finals.
We thought that there was a halftime at 6-3.
We thought the half came after half an hour. Maybe one of the sides confused, thinking that half's at 8, and maybe thinking the other team had called a timeout instead.
This is the tough thing. I mean, when you're playing with different rules in the final than you do the rest of the tournament, it can be a little confusing for players. I'm not sure what the final rules are.
I think we were told earlier that it is supposed to be timeout after halftime after half an hour.
Okay.
But I'm not sure whether both the teams were on the same page in terms of what was going on.
Because at 6-3, they definitely stopped and huddled up and then played a point. I don't know if somebody called a timeout or if that was halftime, but
I think maybe one team thought it was halftime and the other team thought it was a timeout. So I think maybe just a little miscommunication.
here maybe you can get a shot of Gentle singing themselves in here.
One of their players over with the Italians having a little discussion.
Gentle still really excited to be here.
Really rousing rendition of that song there. Seems like they've come to a resolution about what's going on.
We'll come back in at 8-3. Not sure who's going to get the disc here.
Time is running down on the Belgians. Gentilard getting ready to receive the pull here. Barbastreji sending 7 out onto the line for offense, for defense even, but getting a little bit of confusion about what exactly is going on. It's a miscommunication between the teams here. Both sides trying to work it out. Gentilard look ready to play again here, eager to get back into it. Teams going to a little stop here while they try and work out exactly what's happening. Sounds in the background. Originally at this point there'd be 5 minutes left, but with the extended finals to an hour, we've still got 15 minutes left of this game when we do get restarted.
Still don't. Does Gold have a disc? I don't see a disc on either side.
No, a bit of definitely confusion.
Neither team
reigning
wants
in
to
the air.
start on defense here.
I think some of the goal players would be having a discussion with the sideline about what the exact rules are. So we've got someone from Tom's Tourney on the pitch now talking to both teams, clarifying the situation. Frustrating here for players and fans alike.
This does play into Barbastreji's hands, though. They want to chew up more clock. That's good for them.
Absolutely. You still think that on reflection, they'd probably just rather see as much ultimate as possible, or play as much ultimate as possible.
It seems things are resolved.
We're going to get back into it.
And it looks like still neither team has a
neither
disc.
team has a disc. Bit of a comedy of errors here at the moment. I don't know exactly where the pitch disc went after the last score. Someone must have it somewhere.
Should be pretty easy to find a disc at this tournament.
Don't bring discs to tournament, everyone knows that, you just lose them. Point proven. Finally found a disc from the sideline. It looks like Gold are going to pull, so coming on defense at this point. So it seems like we've just had half-time now, in effect.
Looks like they weren't taking halftime. Yellow Colley will make the pull here. We'll get back into the action. Sorry for that, fans at home.
Barbastreji with the disc in their own backfield, close to their end zone line. Another zonal look here from the Belgians. Disc is swung into the centre. Malisi gets it off towards that far sideline for Pavam. Going to go back in the middle to Pianta. Continue it around the side to Rampam. Playing a little give-go. Gentle won't mind the disc being on this low windy sideline. They are able to effectively swing it over to the other side of the field. A release backhand, just tempting the defenders in, and they do begin to close before he gets there. Swinging the disc now to that far sideline again. Defender's gone deep behind. I don't know if he's seen him.
It's twice that Barbastreji have used the high release backhand to get over this wall. It's quite tough in this wind to get that throw nice and secure, but they've managed to do it twice.
Absolutely, it's so easy to get it just to sail away rather than to pop up and then pop down again, which is what you want. They've got Rampin now on this sideline, working it upfield to Galeazzo.
Lots of quick disc movement here from Barbastreji.
Yeah, trying to tire out Gentle Old. Not a bad decision.
And Gentle crumbles to man, but it's too little too late. That brings the score to 9-3 in favor of the Italians.
Yeah, they've just taken a bit of the air out of this game now, just worked that down so coolly and efficiently. Never really giving Gentle a shot at anything. Yeah,
it was quite a really effective zone offense there from Barbastreji. They were swinging it around at the beginning, popping it over the zone, and then eventually just working through the zone with quick movement. Those are all the types of things you need to do to beat a good zone defense. Barbastreji had all of it there.
Absolutely, very well executed zone offense there.
Here we see swing and then the pop up to the field for the continuation. And then here, another type, two moves.
Swing it back around the defense. It's around this point that they begin to transition into single coverage. You see them then working out who's going to pick up who.
But you're going to see a mismatch. Some guy here, yeah, Yellow tries to poach into the open side lane and leaves that open break pass there.
Yeah, perhaps not quite conscious of exactly where the man was, and with the mark closing in well as late, he was able to closing in late as well. Able to efficiently defend, not able to efficiently defend that.
So Gentle here fielding the pull, not quite getting to the end zone line.
Setting up out of a side stack.
Yellow Colley with the disc. He's looking to shoot.
Is it going to come back in bounds? It's going to be right on the sideline here. It's going to be tight. Just won't quite make it back. Don't know if that ever actually came back in over that back corner or not. It's very tight. By the time it went At the time it would have gone past the sideline, it might have gone past the back of the end zone as well. Take a second shot at this now, you're seeing it from the high angle. Just going down the sideline.
It's tough to say if it was ever really
over that cone.
I think it went over the. It's really hard to say. I'm not sure whether this should come back in on this, but they're gonna. Looks like they're gonna take it at the back cone.
Give them the benefit of the doubt. Take it from that cone.
Barbastreji is in a pretty comfortable position, so they shouldn't really worry about it too much here. But Gentle now in a position to give them some pressure. They are going to force towards the field.
DeFry on the mark. Low throw is caught comfortably, but then just dropped. Maybe not quite enough rotation on that one. They can just shoot into the end zone immediately for the goal. Crowd pleased with that one.
Nice.
Very much behind the Belgians here.
Nice quick movement from Cornel Morleone there. So that brings the score to 9-4 here in this Open Division 2 final.
Yeah, beginning to close the deficit now.
For those of you tuning in, we will have 2 more finals after this. Right after this, we'll have the women's final, which I believe is between Germany under 24 and Gentle ladies. So Gent in 2 different finals here today at Tom's Tourney. And then after that, we'll have the Open Division 1 final between Cusp La Fota from Bologna and MUC from Munich.
Yeah, those two both sudden death games that we live streamed earlier. An absolute pleasure to watch as we get a little replay of that score there now. Good awareness off that quick pickup for the score. Gentle ready to pull here. And Morleone's going to put that deep for gold. Malisi catches it.
Nice pressure here by Gold getting down there. They're still very hungry in this game.
Not giving them a lot of room on these cuts, trying to make them force it down the sideline. A lot of pressure on that one.
Great movement here from Barbastreji, but that throw's going to be too far, and this is going to give Gentle a chance to break.
Yeah, just rushing it with windows tight all the way down the field and with a shot of the end zone. Maybe just taking their eye off the ball a bit there.
Really fast movement. It was pretty impressive for a while, but yeah, I think that resulted in a bit of a rush throw there at the end. Now Gentle trying to work it up.
Van Dam finds the receiver
underneath.
Yeah.
Guthels.
He's done some good stuff this game, but he's had a couple of drops as well, unfortunately, and he looked pretty unhappy with himself after that one. It's Pianta with the disc now. Nice throw up the line, using that lefty flick very effectively. Pavan begins to break open on that side. Doesn't use it. This is going to go just into the handler space. 2 defenders converge, but they can't get there. And then, after missed little bit of communication, someone's left free, and just Pavan pops it into the end zone for the score for the Italians. Barbastreji take a 10-4 lead now.
It's great quick movement from the Italians. I mean, Gentle's really putting the pressure on. But the thing is, when you put the pressure and you have those really close marks, oftentimes if you can put it into those short spaces, you'll end up opening stuff up, and that's exactly what Barbastreji did there to take advantage. And there you see the score again.
Yeah, defender perhaps just overcompensating to one side. Too worried about the break and leaves him free on the open.
So the score is now 10-4 with, I believe, 6 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, it might be too little too late now.
I don't know if there's different cap rules in the finals or not.
I believe they're still the same, but I'm not sure. So the Italians will pull here, getting their preferred 7 on. You see that huge inflatable sofa has gone up on the far side of the pitch now.
That's a Tom's Tourney classic. It's been here for the last couple of editions.
Big fan. 5 minutes left. Here over the tannoy.
Big shot to the Giant. Nice positioning there on the defender.
Yeah, read the disc early.
Yellow's still got his hands on it, though. He's a very impressive guy up in the air.
He is very tough to stop. Nice little high release backhand over to this break side. Stoppage there, as I think there's possibly a pick in the stack. Little slap of hands. Quickly resolved. This is going to be checked in here. boosted deep immediately. Big backhand, a lot of pressure, but he might get it at the second attempt. Even as he's falling down, he still reached his hand out for it.
Great defensive pressure there, making him go up early. But if he had just kept his run, he wouldn't have been able to kind of zero in on it.
Yeah, I think when he goes up for it,
it's coming right over his head. That's really hard to read. And then he just loses a step on the second effort.
Yeah, can't quite keep his balance. Just falls agonizingly out of bounds for him.
So Gold here picking up.
Yeah, Defray's going to bring the disc in from the front of the end zone here. You see him march it up here. It's going to be Alberto Degan on the mark.
So what's your opinion on these gentle wigs going on in this game?
Those are wigs. I love the sartorial choice, I'll be honest. Those shirts are straight fire, if you ask me. Defray now with the disc. He finds Van Dam. Working it through, going ground to make the catch.
And he loses the wig.
No, not the wig. A quick release there towards the sideline.
Great defense.
A huge bid from the defender. A window closing towards the sideline. Just slams it in his face. Huge bid with that. Just when it looked like Gentle was going to make the breakthrough.
Here we're going to see a replay on that defense. Great put by Van Coley, but look at that layout, D. Well, not really layout. He does land on his knees, but gets up in the air. Amazing effort by Barbastreji. They don't want to give up even an inch in this game.
Yeah, it's Francesco Martini making the D, doing so emphatically. Disc is brought in on that cone. Cut goes deep, still count beginning to rise. Tries to flip a lefty backhand and does so really well. Moving the disc quickly now in the hands of Alberto Gamba. Going towards that sideline. Travel called on the throw. I think looking for that throw and go, but just not keeping his back foot down long enough. Players resetting their positions. Disc is swung around. Spankoli comes in, looking to disrupt it, but can't get there in time. And just a miscommunication. I think maybe not his original receiver.
I'm not sure what was going on there, but it did seem like that.
Works out fine for the Italians in the end. Nice and round break there. Degan's got the disc, there's a little stoppage, and Gamba's going to get it back.
I think a pick was called.
Yeah, let's see what happened. A little discussion about that travel earlier. Could be a close run thing. Looking for the little inside shot, they get it down the line. Nice around break. Back to Gamba. Gamba and Martini running a little give-go. But the disc is centered now.
Nice taking advantage of your mark on the floor there.
Absolutely, it feels a bit mean, but that's exactly what you should do if they've put themselves out of position.
Amazing layout block there.
Bid.
Oh, but there's a call a long time ago. Travel call a long time ago.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Belgians there. He's doing fantastically to get the disc back.
Yeah, you can see his foot dragging there. It was definitely a travel.
Yeah, when he throws it, it's actually fine, but it's before the throw where he drags it.
Definitely. So Padova here again on their own doorstep. And a nice, easy throw for a score. Pity for the Belgians there. They had a great defensive effort, and it's just the Italy's travel that stops them. Here we see replay on the score.
Yeah, Gamba just finding Degan at the front of the end zone in the open side.
Just getting beat to the cone. You can't do that as a defender against a cutter. You have to position that. Maybe give it a little bit on the break side, but you can't get beat to the cone.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Belgians there, like you say, especially after they did have that big block. Lead extended to 11-4 as the hooter goes. It's the last point. So it will be a win for the Italian side. Barbastreji. Maybe the Belgian side can end on a score to keep their fans here happy. A lot of support for them here in the sidelines at Tom's Tourney. Sidelines really beginning to fill up now as well. This goes up from the Italians. Finds the receiver on the undercut there. Mark falls down, but a couple of cutters making the cut to the same space. Nice little offload there from Gentle. Gold trying to work it upfield, but Stallkamp beginning to rise. Gets off a high release backhand.
Just throwing it into space, but there's a defender there.
Morleon did get a hand on it, but couldn't quite claw it in.
Morleon just didn't, I don't think he was aware that there was a defender in that space. He was just staring at the disc. That's always this interesting spot for dangerous play with that those floaty throws up the line, and then you have a poached defender. It's tough to say what happens. And if the defender put himself in a place where the streaking cutter couldn't avoid contact, it is a foul on him. But they're both going at the disc. The contact as well after the play, but he might have got scared by the contact that was happening. It looks like there is a foul being called, probably on a dangerous play. And Gentle will keep the disc. Yeah,
good spirit all around. You'd rather not see it happen, but having happened, it was all resolved well. A little hammer for the end and the score. Just so little cheeky, just popping it over the top.
So that makes the score 11-5 for Barbastreji's favor.
Absolutely. Game's going to continue going on here. Do we have maybe the cap is different on finals day?
Looks like there might be a cap. We'll have to try and get those rules so that we know exactly what's going on in the next two games.
Whoa, what was that? Well.
We have word that it might be cap +2, so it might be a game to 13, but we are not confident here.
Yeah, I think we heard something from the tannoy in the distance. Yeah, you can hear it as well. Game to 13.
Hear it from the organization desk. It's a 11-5, game to 13, so that does mean Gentle will have a chance to come back into this one.
Ball going deep from Gentle, so there might still be a sting in this tail here with a cap +2.
Gentle's going to have to work really hard to get at least one break here to start it off.
Yeah, it's always time for a comeback with these cap rules, though.
And Barbastreji is off to the races. They are really energetic, really want to punch this one in.
Yeah, they are in no mood to hang around.
There with the scuba, but it's too far bladed inside. So here Gentle with a golden opportunity.
Greedily lapped up by Gold. They've got the disc moving now on this near sideline. Big bid.
Big bid there.
And again on the force. You can look at the desire from these Italian players.
Little throw through the legs.
The JC for the score. My word.
The throw through the legs.
Unbelievable.
I haven't seen that in a tournament like this in quite some time. Maybe it's some beginners tournament or a hat tournament, but at the Tom's Tourney final, we're seeing throws through the legs. That's that Gentle spirit. Hopefully we get a nice replay on that.
Yeah, Deruda can't believe his luck. Just stand there and the disc basically just worked his way through to him. Having a look at that. There it is, it's the JC for the score. That's amazing. I can't remember the last time I saw that in such a high-level ultimate game. That is unbelievable. Look at it again here from the lower angle.
Just through the legs with some air bounce. It pops up. I don't know whose intended receiver was, but that will work.
That is going to do it.
And that's the kind of energy Gentle needs. Now they're down 11-6, but that kind of thing can fluster a team. So hopefully Barbastreji can just keep themselves together. But Gentle now energized after that play, and they're bringing out their strong players again. Yelevan Kohli's back out there. Bommy's back out there. They are trying to get some more breaks on this board, trying to come back. They have not given up yet.
Yeah, they want this.
Huge pull by Van Colli.
That man has a cannon of an arm. And nothing immediately, faking the deep. The receiver uncovers underneath though. Armeto now with the disc. Putting big bids on that last point and was the unfortunate recipient of that disc through the legs. Pavan now with the disc. He's got Ramp in underneath.
Gentle seems to be a bit of a step behind on some of these cuts. They're not really able to keep up with this Barbastreji fiery offense.
But they are pinning them towards the sideline before they uncork that hammer. The defender is not anywhere in the same postcode even.
He totally gave up on that once the throw went up.
Yeah, I think
that'll
he
bring the
knew
score
he
to
was
12-6 in a game to 13. So Gentle, Old, Gold will have to get 7 in a row if they want to win this game. That is a tall order here.
I don't know, we've seen teams come back from 6 points down already on the stream. Maybe not 6 points in a row though. I have seen larger deficits overcome in caps as well. I can't remember where it was a few years ago, but a team was up 11-2 going into cap and then lost. Then lost
that
12.
happens.
Then lost, yeah, 13-12 I think.
Classic is, I believe, the 2008 women's final in the USA Nationals was Riot versus Fury. Riot was up 10-1, and Fury ended up winning the game 15-12, I think.
15-12.
So something like that is possible, but 7 in a row here is going to be tough. But Gentle still putting out their best players, getting out there ready to score.
Getting that hanging hammer again there. Nice bit of touch on that. Falls nicely for the receiver. Going to step up for the pull. And towards that far sideline. Edge taking it back inbounds. Nice pull there. DeFry now for Gold. The Belgians working up and just rushing that throw a bit. Did not come off the way Desmond wanted it to.
So Barbastreji here with a chance to be Open Division 2 champions if they can punch this in. Got it on the sideline. Looping around, 2 people on him, and he takes it in. Barbastreji are your Tom's Tourney 2017 Open Division 2 champions.
Gamba and Dagan have been running the show in the backfield for the Italian side all day. And they're combining fittingly for the final point.
Really good play there by the Italians, but Gentle did put up a fight. Nice getting a break there at the end with a through-the-legs pass. Here we'll see the final score again. Great throw right into space, then got double covered, but just went up strong with 2 hands, comes down with it, wins the tournament.
Yeah, elevates nicely, boxing out both defenders, sealing off on the front and the back side for the win here.
So that'll be it for our Tom's Tourney Open Division 2 coverage. Barbastreji, your champions against Gentle Old. We'll be here in a few minutes covering the women's final between the Gentle ladies and the German under-24 national team. See you there.